Go from the ears, Ned.
Hello, welcome to the phone-in. Sorry, been recording some other videos, so...
Everton Club Call, it is.
But it's the club call.
Phone-in.
It is the club call phone-in, same thing.
It's not. It's like a patent trademarked reference. The club call. Our lawyers will be on touch. He will behave like Everton still hold the club call. That's Alan Myers' club.
It was Alan Myers' thing, yeah, he did. So if you are a Premier member, get in. Give us the call and let us know how life is treating you. Yeah. And how you're feeling about Everton. There is no Premier League game this weekend for Everton, of course. No. But there is a big game concerning Everton tonight, which is Bournemouth against Luton Town. Luton Town's game in hand tonight. It's at Bournemouth. It's a mad one, this, because obviously we won. You know, we're only, 4 points behind Bournemouth, but we can't want Luton to win, so we're gonna have to go with the Bournemouth victory.
Before we start, let's talk about something nice.
Go on.
So we had a message off one of our viewers last week saying they wanted to send us a kit. They said they were sending it to Everton, which we thought was a bit of a joke, to be honest, till someone from Everton rung us up and said, there's a box here with your name on it, which they didn't destroy, which is nice of them. You know, they didn't destroy it. So I went down and picked it up. And true to the word, who was the person?
Rita Hamlin. It was. Yeah. So Rita, she normally watches the club call. So
that's why I wanted to do tonight. So inside the box was this lovely Pina jersey with the black with the pink.
Tremendous kit.
Absolutely tremendous. So thank you very much for sending that. But not only, I mean, number one, this lens is like a Thunderbird launch bay
that
box,
is tremendous,
which is probably worth some kind of money on its own.
That is a
but also inside
box.
was this absolutely beautiful Nike black Everton kit, which is one of the understated shirts.
Yeah, definitely.
With Anna Chaby on the back, but they're absolutely perfect, the shirts. Which is just amazing. So thank you. We will hang that up. Also an Everton flag, which seems quite new. Also 2 hangers, which is very nice as well. Also a picture of Andy King. And if you didn't notice, it says Andy King on the back with a kit you love. And also a £1 gift voucher for Everton shop, which I would say would be circa 95, I'd say. Now, there's nothing we can do with that voucher, and of course we wouldn't use it anyway.
I think I've got one of them in the lot.
That is really, really nice of you to send those in, and thank you very much. I mean, the kits
Rita, thank you.
The kit, we were talking about peanut, like getting a peanut kit, because we were saying that we needed a peanut shirt, and Rita kindly sent us that in, and it's fantastic. So if anyone else wants to send us any shirts just to hang up on the wall, they're not ours, they're yours. But if you want somewhere to send them, just so
I'm just wondering about that light just like shining, not on the shirts, it's shining.
Yeah. What about it?
On another light. So fair play.
Yeah, and you've got any I've got a Tony Thomas kit. Do you want that?
Why not?
You know what I mean? John Spencer.
Tony Thomas though.
There will be a Marco Materazzi kit going up very, very soon. So, you know, another esteemed Everton name. But thank you very much.
Cup winner.
Thank you very much for the shirt. And as you can see today, we've got the Seamus Coleman Irish shirt, Shamrock shirt. And over there we've got the American shirt as well. There you go.
There you go. Just pointing them out. The Yakubu shit, the Trevor Stephen title winning shirt, Andre Kanchelskis.
Look at the, just beautiful.
Feed the yak. Just feed him. Feed him and he will score. John Russell says, I don't think this break will be treated how fans would want or expect. The manager is so stubborn, he believes what he's doing will pay off. Therefore, he'll just flog them to get even more Dyche fit. I don't say sack the manager, but fear for the team under him and his tactics. And Melly says, I hope he starts playing Patterson at right back. Funny you've said that, because there'll be a video going out, maybe tomorrow or something, about the season so far, and Patterson does feature in a little,
heavily.
I was going to say a little bit of it, but no, he features quite heavily in it. So Simon says this needs to be the last season with Sean Dyche in charge. We are going backwards fast and getting left behind with his negative tactics. Our transition in the attacking phase is slow and predictable. Emma says, what's going to be any difference in training this week apart from the climate? Any new faces with them seeing a coaching staff? I don't know, but I guess for the manager, he's just trying to do something different, isn't he? Trying to like freshen it up, and obviously it's a bit warmer than it is here and all that. And we'll just have to, we'll see, won't we? We might come back and be refreshed and go to Bournemouth and win. Yeah, and then we'd all go, that's fair. That's good.
I totally understand the rationale of going away. It can be very stale going in and doing the same thing every single day. Going away, training every day, a bonding experience or whatever. And that's what a lot of clubs do. That's what I think Arsenal did it, didn't they? In January, they did something similar. And he said that helped them maybe clear the air a little bit. I think Dyche has even mentioned, he spoke to players and wants to get that honesty, between the squad of what they think maybe is not helped. Dyche, for all his faults, does seem the kind of fella that doesn't mind players basically speaking to him and saying, well, I think we're going wrong here and I think we're going wrong.
Well, hopefully they do.
I don't think he's not arrogant in that way or stubborn in that way. I don't think. I think he will speak to them. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens after this and how we come out of it.
Yeah.
But we have got our first caller. Yeah. And I believe it is Eddie.
It's our man, Eddie.
He's now our Texas correspondent.
Yeah, Texas correspondent. Yeah.
I mean, you can't cover all of Texas because it's a big place. It's a big place.
Fair play to him.
Eddie, are you there?
Guys, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Ed. What do you want to say?
Well, I wanted to talk about this extended break because we have practically an additional week compared to the rest, right? With us having about 3 weeks off. Do we know if the Portugal trip is just this 1 week, or if it's they're gonna do it for the entirety of it? Or I know it's an international break, so we might lose a couple players.
No, they're back. I think on Friday. Yeah. I think they're back home on Friday. So believe. I mean, I've not that confirmed, but that's what I believe.
Yeah.
And
with that, you guys mentioned it a little bit earlier with how Dyche is as a manager. Do we just not have the money, or if it's a manager option of why we don't hire an attacking coach, someone that works with the front nine? Because in his staff, I don't think he has anyone particularly designated to help the strikers that I know of or that I've seen. So is there a possibility of us doing that, or is that just him not wanting to hire an additional trainer to work with the front staff? Because I know, Dwight McNeil said in I don't know if it was a conference or an interview, he's we just lack the confidence up front, which is not something you want to hear from your attacking players, because that's literally saying yeah, we're scared to score a goal, and I'm
yeah.
Thanks, man. But so do we have someone that focuses with the attacking players, or not really?
No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, Eddie, you obviously follow a lot of, you have a lot of American teams because obviously you live in America. So why wouldn't you? And obviously in things in football over there and stuff, you will have coaches for different areas, of course, because games are split up, aren't they? Obviously defensive and attacking wise. But in football, there's no real history of that in, even at the best clubs, of having someone. They have the goalkeeper coach, obviously, but then you just have a set of coaches genuinely, and there's not a lot of clubs that do have a designated striker who was a striker or is a specialist in that. They have coaching staff who will run different drills and different scenarios and things, but there's no one genuinely at most teams that will do that. And if there is, they're typically brought in on short-term, sort of freelance contracts, and it's not something that we've really employed. I remember a few years ago, Newcastle brought in Mark Lawrenson, an old Liverpool defender, as a defensive coach, and there's a lot of people like, wow, what, like somehow Newcastle were like changing how football should be. Like, that's a crazy move. It's like, not really. And more recently, we've had obviously like throwing coaches, and even when I think Liverpool brought the throwing coach in, and there was a lot of like talk about that, a lot of like old fashioned type people in the media going, why would you do that? Like, how can they just not take a throw in? But it's margins, isn't it? It's marginal gains. So I think our coaches will obviously work with the forwards. It's better if you have a forward who's in there. Obviously, we had Duncan Ferguson, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin said lots of times how he helped him. But we don't have a specialist. Now, again, it's that arrogance, or it's that other side of things where the manager will say, oh, we're lacking something here. The manager, I don't know, he might think that would help, or it's, if they keep on doing what they're doing, they're going to score goals. But it's certainly not something that is done typically, bringing in somebody like a striker coach when things are not going well for your strikers. But maybe that's where we're getting it wrong. Maybe we have to break from the norms and try and do something different.
Yeah, because like for the Chicago Bulls, like the basketball team I support, over the summer they hired a youth like improvement coach or something like that. I forgot his official title. But now we have like one of our younger players is up for like the most improved player of the season award. And he, in every interview, he like says like, oh, it's thanks to this guy that he's helped me fix my shot, and like now I feel more confident shooting. So like that just made me think. I'm like, I feel like Everton should look that way. Like I didn't realize it wasn't common, but I feel it might be something that in our dire situation with even our own players saying we lack confidence up front, that it might be that, or like a sports psychologist or something that like can get them to overcome like the mental block or whatever's going on.
Well, that's it. Even if it was a coach who took away maybe, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Beto and Schmitti to another set, while you have the goalkeepers who obviously train separately. So why not have a couple of hours in the week or whatever where you take the three strikers over to the other side of the pitch and just do solid work with them and create scenarios with the three of them and maybe couple of goalkeepers, and just build scenarios and put them in those moments. And even if it could just be like confidence or repetition. We often see shooting drills, but the shooting drills often involve every member of the team. And it's like, well, why do you need every member of the team? Surely for those big moments in games. I always find when you listen to pros or ex-pros, and they're always talking about doing extra shooting practice after games, it's like, why aren't those things scheduled into the normal training? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's really strange that it's like we do extra training, or we do extra. Places I did extra training on like my weaker foot. It's like, why aren't those things getting done in the normal training? Like it's a real sort of. They don't seem to like really. They work lots on like set pieces and drills on set pieces and defensive shape and stuff like that. But I just wonder how much they do actually work with the strikers separately and have someone who knows exactly what they're talking about, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of evidence in football, never mind Everton, that happens too much. I mean, Baz, when you were at Everton, I mean, was that ever a main focus of like, I mean, I know you're talking a few years back now, but how were you trained in that way?
You'd work with the goalkeepers.
Yeah.
The strikers versus the goalkeeper. And we'd get taken over, and we'd work with the first team goalkeepers as well, obviously Nevin, people like that, which was part of it. And the defenders and midfielders would do shape. At Burnley, when I was at Burnley, we had specialists. We had Kevin Reeves there, who'd been the £1 million man.
Yeah.
At Man City, he was just coming to the end of his career, so he had some sessions where he'd just take all the young strikers and he'd be doing stuff, because he was still part of the first team squad, but he'd be doing that. So you would have those moments. But I know from even when I was older, talking to lads who were there, and there'd be times where you would have specialist groups. And I've said this to you before, remember Andy Gray doing that show on Sky, where he'd go to like a a lower league club and take the strikers and do a bit of work for a day with the strikers, and you're there, the manager, and they'd be like, well, we just wanted to freshen it up for them, give them a different voice to hear. I'd be trying, if I was the manager and the coaching staff, I'd be trying everything. I'd be saying to Sean Dyche, listen, let's get a striker in. Or if I was Kevin Felber, let's get a striker coach in. Do a bit of work for, there's 10 games to go, the 10-game season.
Do you know it would be perfect for, like, not a particular name, but it would be perfect for someone who was in and around the game or just left the game, who was doing their coaching badges and wanted to specialise in something and could give that real in-game sort of modern look at things. And I think that would really help us. And, we've both watched the Feyenoord documentary, and Robin van Persie goes in 2 days a week and all he does is striking stuff with them. And that's where I think both of us sort of look at that and go, well, if they're having a bad time, introduce something that's a little bit different, a little bit fresh.
Have you watched the Ronaldo doc, the one about when he's the president, El Presidente?
No.
With Ronaldo Nazario, that one.
No,
have you not watched it? So he's with his Spanish team, isn't he? And he goes to the training ground.
Yeah.
And the strikers are doing some finishing, and he's obviously watches them. But he goes over and talks to them, and he's like, when you're shooting, like, you're aiming too far out, aim for this bit of the goal. And he has a cup, and he's like, the next one, the players are like, I know this is just a spec, but the players after are like, that was Ronaldo, and he was telling me where to shoot, so I'm gonna listen, and no one's done that. And it's those things. It doesn't have to be like that, but and Wayne Rooney's name keeps popping up, and I don't know whether Wayne Rooney would want to do this, but for like the last 6 to 8 weeks of the season, why wouldn't the manager, it doesn't have to be Wayne Rooney, be anyone, but look for that, just to give it a different feel for the strikers. Just, you might be able to give some different information to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that just gets his confidence up, or a bit of different thing for Beto or whatever, and Schmidt, certainly someone like Schmitty, that might help, because we need every bit of help we can get right now, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then the other point I wanted to talk about was, I've seen a lot of reports about Branthwaite being linked with Manchester United, and I don't mind if we sell him. Like, I'd rather not sell him, just because he's our best defender by far. But that's the one club I don't want him to go to. I feel it might ruin his career. I'm not. It's nothing against Manchester United, but well, I guess it is a little bit. I just they're fans, and like their expectations for players, they don't seem to have a lot of grace with them. So I'd rather have him go to like a Spurs or like an Arsenal or something like that, just because I don't know, Manchester United, they don't give me, like, look at Romelu Lukaku. He went there and then just got destroyed by the fans and never could play again in England practically. And he didn't even play that bad, which was the worst part.
I wouldn't want him to be honest. I think I always feel like when someone leaves us, you do want them to go to the very, very top. Now, I don't know whether Manchester United are the very top, but I think, listen, I think for best all round, I think Branthwaite should go to Real Madrid. I think that's
what I want too.
That's for the best, isn't it? I think, if he goes over there, we can all wish him well, get some nice money, and all be happy about it, and never have to face him ever again. But I do, I get what you say. Like, it can be. It used to be like when we used to sell players to, when we were linked, or we sold players to Man City before they got really good. You'd look at it and go, why? It's like, that's what we want, and we're helping them get what they want.
Yeah.
Whereas, I suppose, like going to Manchester United, there's very little you can do. And I suppose it's how people felt when Richarlison went to Spurs. It's like, why are we doing that? Why are we making a team that we are, in people's minds, not that far away from, and we're making them better? So, if he goes somewhere, I hope it's to the very top. And whatever happens. But I think, I'm not saying we're powerless to stop him, but just as long as we've got control of the situation and we get the money we need and we know what we're spending it on, then whatever will happen. It's happened before. It'll happen again, sadly. You have to, if you've got a club that's prepared for it, like Brighton, then it's not even an issue.
Not like Brighton, though.
No, I know. I'm just saying, if you were like Brighton, you're prepared for it and you're ready to move on, and it's not even an issue. But unfortunately, And I don't think this has changed much in my lifetime. Every time we sell a player, we do not seem to be prepared. And we seem to be caught in some kind of state of shock that we're selling them.
As if we didn't know.
Like we didn't know like loads of teams were going to come in for them. And we don't know what to do with the money when we've done it. And that like has to change, doesn't it? There has to be a situation where you're like, we bought him, we know he's going in 5 years because we bought him when he was young. We're going to sell him. We're going to get a really good price for him. We've already got his replacement in terms of like long term, and we've already got the guy who's going to take his place in the team. And you just keep doing that every 4 or 5 years, and nobody really cries about it. But sadly, that's just not where we are. So we hang on to people for dear life because we always feel like we're never going to get a player as good as that. And in some cases, that's true. Lukaku, maybe. But look, we got John Stones. Great player. Look how good he's done. And we've got Branthwaite. And of course, you have misses like Holgate. But you still, as long as you are reinvesting and you're doing it in the way you want to do it, then it lessens the hate, I think, for a lot. Not for everyone.
The only one we've done in recent times of any note was Luca Dean replacing Leighton Baines.
Yeah.
And even though Luca Dean wasn't as good as Leighton Baines, he was still very good. So the drop-off wasn't there. And it was at Baines' crossover point, but no.
But then his replacement was Mikolenko, and we had to wait like 2 years practically. This season until like we got some more started, which is what I'm scared with Branthwaite and Onana, because I see that they're both like we might either sell both or one of them this summer, but I don't see like any talk or we have anyone waiting. Like if we sell Onana, his replacement would be Idrissa Gana Gueye, who's going to be like 35. And you can't really have that. And I don't see any rumors about us looking for a midfielder. I've seen a couple for a defender if we do sell Branthwaite. I think there's the Hull City guy or something like that. But
Centre back from Hull,
Yeah, but like I feel it's a little worrisome if we sell both those players this summer. We would be in a worse situation since I don't expect us to to be able to spend the money or spend it wisely, because with the sale of Lukaku, we brought in Rooney, Sigurdsson.
Well, that was it. That was a great opportunity. When we sold John Stones, Ross Barkley, and then finally Lukaku before that, sorry, we had a great opportunity there if there'd been some clear thinking within the football club to reinvest that money and basically create a whole new side. But we didn't. We mismanaged it. We bought poorly. We overstuffed in similar areas. And instead of buying a core of the next team to take us on, we squandered the wealth, and it's led us to where we are now. And that comes from not having the parts in place. That was a divided football club. It had an owner who wanted to do what he wanted, a manager who wanted to do what he wanted, a director of football doing what he wanted, and it split the club. And the club is not only is it still feeling the ramifications of that, the ramifications are at their like literally worst point now because of where we are. And it all really came down to that time. It's horrific that we sold those 3-4 players if you include Jerry Deulofeu. But the fact that we simply made such a mess of it that in 2024 we are still feeling the effects of those sales and where it's taken us. It's horrific. And when anyone puts a video on of Lukaku scoring any goals for Everton, you just look back and you just think, how did we get it so wrong that we went from that guy playing up front for us to like Rondon and people like that? It's crazy.
Rondon, Oh. Well,
Matt.
Yeah, that's all I had for this week.
Cheers,
Eddie. It's good to have you. By the way, you sound like you're in a zoo.
I'm at a resort in Mexico this week.
Oh, why you start?
That's what you should have started with. How about that? Where about Mexico are you?
I'm in Puerto Vallarta, which is on the coast of Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Like the west coast.
So you're having a break as well while Everton are having a break. Yeah. I like it.
I actually scheduled my vacation for it, so I don't have to miss any games.
Clever.
Like that. You are fully in. on the depressingness of Everton. I like that. It's like you could have had a vacation during the season, so your depression was stopped by being on vacation. But no, you've gone. I love it. That's the dedication that I love. You have to get up at stupid o'clock to watch us. You're depressed from morning till night, and now you scheduled your happy time to be when Everton aren't playing. I like it. You've doubled down on your misery, and you can't ask for anything more than that. Thank you very much. Nice one, Eddie.
Clever.
Bye, guys.
All right, cheers, Ed. Ta-ra, mate. Oh, God, that's good planning.
Yeah.
That is good planning. The Blues just wanted to pick you up on this just very quickly. Big Dunk was there with Lampard, but Paul Clement took the strikers. Duncan didn't do the strikers. So, you know.
We didn't have any strikers.
Clements had Damari Gray and Anthony Gordon.
Dunk was put into a corner. And nobody puts Dunk in a corner.
Mm-hmm. No. And Simon said Alan Russell is the specialised attacking coach. You're absolutely right.
Ned, what are you saying?
Garnacho's like it was. You need to play tomorrow.
Garnacho? Why? Tell me why.
Because I said I'm bringing Peds up a level. And he went, when I play with him, I scored one of only 2 goals in that game. I said, mate, you kicked it like the ball was on fire.
Did I not score?
In one of the late
I was playing in defence.
I said...
I'm not being funny.
Mate, you've got to go. Garnacho's through the goal.
I am doing. I can't go this week. But next week, I can't get injured ahead of Sunday.
He's running Sunday.
I'm doing the half marathon on Sunday.
You won't get injured playing walking footy.
Actually, it is walking.
It doesn't matter. I could get injured. Could get injured walking the car park. Next week, I'm coming and I'm snapping all of them. I'm going to play walking football. I'm going to put Garnacho over.
You've got to put him in the squad for next week. You've got to say he's playing.
I'm going to get the drone and snap it in half and throw it away. When I turn up at your footy next week, they're just going to be there. And all you're going to hear is breaking glass and me walking down. Stone Cold.
Steve Stone.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, Steve Stone Cold next week.
Incredible.
Garnacho.
Where are we here? Where are you? Premier. There we go. Steve P says we'd be in 14th if we hadn't have had the points deduction. And this has just gone off. In a league that isn't even good, with Newcastle have just finished 4th and West Ham are top 7. The people honestly believe that's good. Pair that with 3 home wins all season, 11 without a win. It'd still be shocking without any points deduction. So this whole false narrative that we'd be doing good if it weren't for that is nonsense. I remember when Mashiri took over, we just finished 11th and I felt embarrassed. If we finished 11th now, people would be celebrating. Our standards are incredibly low now.
They are incredibly low.
Being driven down to the floor, mate.
They are incredible.
They're lower than a snake's belly, Everton standards. Everton Viking says the break will help Toffees fans' mental health, that's for sure. But looking at those training videos, I know you can't take much away from them. It doesn't look like much else will change. I was discussing this with a friend earlier. I've never seen a more protected manager than Deitch, and I just don't get it. I remember saying it when we were first linked with him. He was a deeply arrogant fella when it comes to tactics, subs, decisions, etc., which he's often proved wrong about, but sticks with it. An arrogance he isn't deserving of with the level of manager he actually is. Billy Eletanov is also better than Dwight McNeil, not bothered what anyone says. Anyway, at least Shogun is boss.
Shogun is boss. Oh, what's the 4th episode last night? Oh my God, that ending. Oh my God. Whoa. No, just saying. Oh my God, that ending's tremendous. What a show. What a show.
Yeah.
John Blackthorne. Tremendous.
Michael Rafferty says, think they need more than a break. Maybe would have been better taking them to that factory that made Haaland. Keithy says, whenever we've had an international break in the past, we seem to have done badly on the first game back. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems.
Keep it positive.
Well, it's a couple of weeks, so forget that comment, isn't it? Danny says, if he can't see he needs help up front, then we may as well wave the white flag. I always thought you only win games by scoring goals, and you don't do that with a manager who hasn't got a clue what to do when the ball goes over the halfway line. Jez says, evening chaps. Problem with breaks like this is that Deitch could easily believe that by watching a few training exercise, he sticks with the 4-4-1-1. What should be happening is he used these 3 weeks to explore different options. Personally, I think he'll persist with his 0% football until we're totally in the crap, and then he gets the bullet. I can't see him proactively embracing change. He doesn't seem capable of it. It has to be thrust on him by injuries. I'm really disappointed, to be honest, because I always felt he might be flexible enough, but I don't see any shoots of recovery. He talks some right pseudo-management waffle, and the post-match United chat really finished me off, and not in a happy way.
The game.
Everton Viking says, I unironically have an Anderson Silva de Franca shirt.
Boss.
Fair play to you. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you not?
We've got Brian.
Oh, we've got Brian. Good old Bri on the talk from Sweden.
Go on, Bri.
Go on, Bri, what do you want to say?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Wow, 3 weeks without a match. Isn't that just wonderful?
2.5 now.
No anxiety, worries. The ulcers are settling down. Isn't it marvellous, marvellous? What do we do with this time? I don't know.
Don't think about it.
Maybe we could go to Anglesey on a holiday and watch the seagulls feed.
It's May, that, Bri. That's May. Yeah. We're heading towards that.
I know. God, I'd like to be there. I know. He's a redhead, and I actually know seagulls prefer redheads. Ginger tops. They love ginger tops. This is a fact. Well researched. So we want to have full film edit, cine camera, absolutely everything, the work, sound.
Oh, there'll be all sorts. There'll be all sorts going on, Bri.
This is what we're hoping for. But in the meantime, I think we should encourage all your Premier members to send in a video, and then you can have a video a day or something like that, because it might just get a bit boring. I mean, if we've got to wait to moan about points, and there's nothing going to happen about ownership for another few days or weeks. So, how about getting some videos in and talk about anything?
Well, people have got to do it. We always ask.
Well, they have to be told. They have to be whipped and
we will tell them. Well, I don't know about whip, Bri. I mean, that's a bit aggressive.
Well, I don't know. You never know.
Well, Bri, we've got the return.
Some people might need that kind of encouragement.
Maybe. But there is the return of Toffee Box tomorrow, Brian. So look out for that. You'll enjoy that one. You'll enjoy that one.
And then I had a thought about you've got a lot of international supporters on the Premier, and you're constantly redoing the decor with all the shirts in the background. So I thought, why not have one show, maybe this one, which is just for Premier members, and they send in a shirt from their local team, and you get shirts in from all around the world.
But we wouldn't know. What about the team? You'd have to
send they're not going to be very Everton connected. The only connection would be that it's an Everton supporter in a certain town.
So what you'd have to do with that, so if you, for argument's sake, you're going to send in a shirt from Sweden, your local club. So who's your local club?
Well, that would be Västerås. They've just gone up to the top division of the first time since 1997. They got promoted.
Okay, so you'd send us that name of that team. They'd come in. You'd send the shirt in, but you'd have to give us a little bit of background on it, wouldn't you?
Okay, it's like you got 2 Premier League players who played for us in the past, but not Everton, of course, but still.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just a jacket. It's
no,
that's good. All around the world.
Brian, it's good. Yeah. I'm just saying I'm not disputing. And what I'm saying is you'd have to give us a bit of background as well, because we wouldn't know, would we?
Sure.
So you could give it.
It's one of those. You get 100 ideas and one is good. This is probably one of the 99, but you never know. Anyway,
what are your team called?
No bad
What's your team, Bri?
Västerås.
Oh, so on the team.
It's a bit like a Celtic shirt, really. Green
right, okay. I've just put the Swedish league table on, but obviously you've not played the game yet, have you? And
it's not started yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're bottom of that, but just because of its alphabetical order. I'm just looking.
Exactly. Yeah.
You founded in 1904. Head coach Callie Carlson. You play at the Hitachi Energy Arena Stadium. How far is that from yours, Bri, from your house?
It's about let's see, about 5-6 kilometres.
Okay. Okay, no, that's all right. That's not too bad. I'm just looking at what players you've got here, of any note.
Not really.
No. Okay, well, I was just looking. He looks all right. Pedro Ribeiro.
Yeah.
He looks okay.
Sounds good.
He's Brazilian.
He looks exotic. Ali Koulibaly.
Big, strong Brazilian. It'd be perfect for us if he could run about twice as fast and he could stay injury-free.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what we need, don't we? We need players who aren't going to get injured. Would be a start. Okay.
The number 2's all right.
Okay.
He's a right back where he plays the right with 3 centre-halves.
Okay. Good. Well, when does the season kick off then, Bri?
They've got another 3 weeks, I think.
Okay. Fair play. Well, look out for Vasteras SK Football then. You'll have to update.
SK stands for Sport Club.
There you go. So you can't call them
and
SK.
You see that in a lot of Scandinavian teams.
Okay, so I'll just call him Vasteras then. So you can be our Vasteras reporter.
International reporter.
The man from Västerås, the VS call boy or something like that. Anyway, it was just a thought. So you can get
not a bad idea.
You could actually hire a warehouse for all these shirts that you're going to have.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not a bad idea, that. Not a bad idea. Get it in, but I get the Vasteras shirt over here.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Top man.
So, and then, of course, it's 3 weeks. I mean, it's holiday time. What do we do?
Just what you do is you relax. Because obviously we won't be stress-free because tonight we'll all be looking at Bournemouth versus Luton, won't we? We'll be looking at Bournemouth and going, come on, Luton, don't, throw 3 in your net and just get beat 3-0 and we move on. So you won't be able to totally relax because they've got Forest at home Saturday as well, I think, haven't they? Luton?
Indeed.
They have.
But do you remember a certain striker by the name of Solanke who was so desperate to score against us the end of last season?
Yeah.
Maybe he'd just score tonight instead.
Yeah, I would. If I was him, that's what I'd do. Score a brace tonight.
Might want to take the ball home with him.
No, 3 will do, mate. 2 or 3 will do, just as long as Bournemouth get the 3 points. We can all move on.
That's the 3 that's counted, of course, the number of points. Number of points.
Yeah.
So, I don't need any callers waiting, actually. Because I'll go and let them go on.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know till Ned gives us the thumbs up. But listen, Bri, if you are sorted, then that's always good to speak to you.
It's always good to hear Paul McCartney.
It is. Bit of Macca on a Wednesday.
Well,
that's your song.
He's doing something now that we can't see, so we don't know.
He's bobbling his head.
Bobbling his head, and no one can see it, but we all know he's doing it.
We know you're doing it, and that's good enough for us, Bri.
Do you know one thing? Well, very quick.
Yeah, go on.
The new stadium, fantastic it is.
Yeah.
But you can't play footy there. Can't play footy there.
Why?
No grass.
Correct. But early May, Bri, the grass is going down.
It's not going down in May.
That's what Everton said.
No, they didn't. They said they're going to start doing the works.
Yeah, so the works, so basically, Bri, there actually is some grass there.
Yeah, fake grass.
Fake grass in the middle of it on the halfway line. If you look closely, you'll see it.
Is he gone?
You gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Big Bri. There you go. He threw a little pun in. He threw a pun in and he disappeared. Whatever
they are serving in Sweden, get me a cup of it.
He fair play to him. Fair play to him. Emma asks, are you going to snap Bell End Chris in walking football? But I don't think Bell End Chris plays football.
No, it doesn't.
No?
And if it did snap him, it wouldn't be... Because he's had enough trauma there.
Yeah.
As Ned can testify.
Melly says Billy did have a cracking left foot. He just didn't see it. He did have a hell of a left foot. Billy Etanov, didn't he? And Rob H says, come on, Solanke. I've got him as a captain.
Because it's all right, Tim. You got 3 weeks off. It's just not strictly true, is it?
No.
When this is you can't get across to other people who don't understand or support other clubs, is the amount of stress when Everton are not playing and other clubs are playing. It's horrendous. It's something for the last 2 years that has just like saps all your energy of like the one eye on the phone, or if you can even be bothered watching these games. It's just not only going through the trauma of going through your own matches, but having to watch other people's matches. And like you saying there, what the interesting thing about Saturday's game with Luton and Forest is you don't really know who you want to win because of the points deduction.
You want to draw.
Yeah, you do.
That's
I
what
suppose,
you want.
Yeah.
You want a 1-1 and get over it, and that's it done. Because tonight's Luton's game in hand. So
you want them to lose tonight, of
course.
obviously
Saturday becomes our game. Does it get enough? Although our game in hand is against Liverpool. But you know what I mean? For them, if they get beat tonight and only drew on Saturday, then they'd be looking going with 3 points behind Everton. But they've got a game in hand, even though. So it's one of them, isn't it?
It is. You just have to try and block it out and just get on with your life. Go to Mexico.
Yeah. It was because of the points deduction. It was always going to be a case of it meant we were going to be in this right till the end, wasn't it? Unless, especially because we've gone on a 3.5 month not winning streak. It's meant we're right in the mix, isn't it? What do you think will happen with the points deduction? Any clue? Like, do you think we get like 3 and Forest to get 6, or do you think we might end up with the same as Forest, like both get given 3 and get on with it? What do you think?
No, because isn't there, it's like technically just based on one season? Well, does that even come into it?
I don't think
know.
It comes into it because they were already lost money in the Championship as well, didn't they? So there's people are saying 8 points, but I can't see that. That'd be ridiculous. So
I think they'll get 6. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if you have to even worry about Luton other than having to play them because of the points deduction for both teams. But I suppose the more teams that are below us for generally the rest of the season, the better it is. But yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible.
Do you think Luton will fit? Genuinely, do you think Luton will finish above Everton?
I don't know. That's me on Saturday night. I really don't know. They just got a horrible habit of grabbing.
I just look at them.
They're not.
You know.
They know what they've got. They just seem to be more spirited than us.
No, they do.
And it's a horrible trait. Just roll over and die. For God's sake. Hey, you, stop being spirited. But where you look at the other two and just go, done them. Whereas Luton, you just keep on getting up off the canvas. And I don't enjoy that trait of them. Thank you very much.
Battling, scrap.
I know, it's horrible. Just stay on the canvas. Lads.
I don't want to.
Just stay down.
They've got to free them now,
they're like the Undertaker.
They've got...
Keep on sitting up.
They've got to... And they've just won best looking manager as well.
Over Sean?
Yeah.
Shut up.
They even asked Ross Barkley about how good looking Rob Edwards is and what's it like to play for the best looking manager in football.
Horny bitch.
Fair play to them. What do you call them? Horny bitches, if you just called them.
He's got his mic up.
Oh, the people are brilliant. Well in there.
The horny bitch suggestion.
Matt says, I'm surprised.
Doesn't matter how ugly I am. It's part of the game.
I've got no we got loads of chances.
I got plenty of women looking at me down on Lark Lane.
Matt says, I'm surprised there hasn't been more chat, both on this channel and Everton circles, generally about the financial rules change and how it makes us look complete clowns. Super Silk, my ass. We should have dragged it out in court like Man City have.
No, listen.
We should now be suing them to get all our points back, and we shouldn't even show up for the hearing.
I'm sure John and Basil do something on that this week. But you're absolutely right. It's when you look at what's happened now, the problem is you don't know what the fine print says, do you, on the Premier League? You know what gets said. Ultimately, and it does. The detractors of Everton do often say, "You agreed to the rules." Now that mightn't be strictly true because what got passed yesterday about the EFL not getting money, people will go, Premier League passed that, but that's not strictly true. Something like 6 teams or 7 teams voted that it wasn't going to happen. That's not Everton, but it's a block, isn't it? So I would be if I was Everton now, I'd be looking at that with a fine tooth comb, going, what can we do about this? Man City have basically decided from day one that they were going to drag this process out as long as they could by doing every legal tactic they could. And it's why they haven't had the case held yet. But Everton just went, it's a fair cop gov, and thought they were going to get away with it, or maybe get a slap on the wrist, and they haven't. And maybe Everton from the start have just gone, no, wait. Nope. But again, that comes down to the club and where it is, and the strength of the club, and who's running the club, and the leadership amongst the club, and all those kind of things. Man City can do that because they can wrap this up in legal stuff for years, and that's the problem. Everton decided, no, we want this dealt with very, very quickly.
Emma calls them Luton zombies. A good analogy. Yeah. Also says Barkley a sliding doors moment for us. He's the difference for Luton. And Eddie said, would you all take Rosbach? Well, I did say in the summer I'd be having Ross Barkley all day, and quite a few people didn't want him, wanted nothing to do with him. But to me, when he was on a free, was a no-brainer. He's better than every one of our midfielders at travelling with the ball. He makes better decisions. He can shoot both feet. Yeah. And I think he complemented what we had really well. But
I think,
and he's about to be named in the England
squad. I have no
issue
saying this. No issue saying this whatsoever. But I've said this before.
Yeah,
I said it this week. No, I didn't say no. Our fan base are far too oversensitive about players or managers who used to be with us and left. Far like honestly, they're far too sensitive about people who leave us on bad terms. Who cares? Whatever is best for Everton Football Club. Forget your feelings. Forget if he hate you. Forget if you... Stop dabbing. Stop dabbing. Sorry if you had this shirt and you went out and burnt it or whatever it is. I'm sorry if you broke your little heart. Wayne Rooney broke my heart when he left, but you know what? Water under the... He did. He broke it. He slapped me in the face and dabbed me. It's all water under the bridge if a player come back and can be good for you. Do you know what I mean? If someone comes back and they can offer something, I don't care. It's... Why are we so, do you know when, because people go, well, it's about our club, and do you know, in Italy, where they've got just as, even more toxic relationships with football clubs and managers and ultras and all this, did all the players and all the managers manage and play all over the gaff? You know, Baggio's played for everybody. Zlatan played for everybody. Ronaldo played for all of them. Pirlo played for all of them. No one goes, wouldn't buy him because he played for that lot. We're far too oversensitive about it. He left us, so even though he'd make our team better, it's backwards step. Never go backwards. Nah, not for me, sorry. If a player is good and they're available, they could have come to my mum's house and slapped her in the face. If he's scoring 30 goals a season, I'm telling my mum to apologise to him for hitting his hand. Just the way it is.
Agents Ancelotti, it was in the summer, not now. I think more Evertonians are now going, yeah, I'd have them now. I'm talking the summer, I wanted them then, and put it out there. And some people did, don't get me wrong. Some people were like, yeah, because he's free and he's better than what we've got. But others were like, no way, I don't care. But Dylan says with Scousers in general are too sensitive in those issues. The other lot are the same. We've got to move on. I think if you've got a big pot of money that you can spend, then you can be more selective and go, nah, we're not giving him another. But he wanted to come back, but it is what it is. And Steak, no, because I know you are, but no, because that's a different thing.
That's complete
nonsense. What he did, Ross Barkley didn't do, did he?
That's complete.
But he did say he's playing out. He's not being serious.
That's weird to even mention.
Claire says, Baz, did you not think Cara was trying to avoid what you wanted to put across on the overlap? I think Gary was the only one that wanted to hear your view on the whole situation. Yeah, listen, Jamie Carragher is a professional red. I tell him every time I see him. He spoke to me beforehand, he spoke to me after, and it was a different conversation. He gets hammered by his mates who are blue noses, and he likes to spit it up. Likes to have a go at people at whatever in front of the thing.
Like said.
But he has also been brainwashed a bit that And this is why I told them it's got nothing to do with spend. That's why I called them Net Spend FC. Because a couple of years ago, he was hammering that. That was the flag that he was swinging. The net spend. Well, Everton's net spend since Mashiri come in around, it's between 65 and 80 million pound. That's the net spend in that period.
It's all narrative, isn't it? And unfortunately, we have bad people in the media telling us what's gone on. There's very few people, or people don't like, there's a really boring version of all what's happened and no one wants to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because it's not sensational.
No.
But then the club haven't helped themselves because the club they've put stories out that aren't exactly, well, put it this way, they put stories out that people can break down and go, that it didn't quite happen.
The club should have just come out and gone, these are the facts. Yeah. We spent this, we've spent this and we've brought this much money back in. There's the net spend, blah, 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 blah. They didn't have to have a go to the Premier League. They could have just said, there's the facts.
And on Ross Barkley, right, if I said I didn't want him back, it wouldn't ever be based on what happened with him. It was probably based
I think I know what you said, which was I think I remember you saying, we would have then Dele Alli and Ross Barkley.
And there's the answer.
But I said, he can play a couple of positions.
Dele is the issue. Dele is the issue in the room because we've got him. The manager wanted to play him, and he's on a hell of a lot of
James is the best one here, though. I'm disappointed there's no follow-up on Premier League managers sacked from last week's show. Remember last week? Premier League managers that got sacked and naming the players and all that. The greatest bit.
What a game that was. What an absolute game that was.
But first, Glenn wants to know what's the worst food to eat in public in an enclosed space, i.e. a packed cheap plain seat. This is just for you, apparently. Egg sandwich, black pepper and clove curry, blue cheese lasagna or spicy fish tacos.
I'll be honest with you, only one of those things am I really aware of, and that's the egg. And yeah, that is bad. That is bad. Could you imagine being on a plane and a fella reaches down and the first thing before he takes his sandwiches out of his bag, he takes his shoes off. It's been done.
All right.
And then he pulls his socks off and then with the same hands opens the Tupperware and he's got egg butties.
See, I'm all right with an egg and cress sandwich every now and again, but not on a plane. No. Not in there, not with my socks off. Spicy fish tacos are the one out of that lot, though. That'd be horrific. Grey Lead says, good news. I've ordered my 83-84 yellow third kit off Rich Wilkinson.
We've got two.
Tremendous kit. Tremendous kit. Rob says, even though Rangers are my Scottish team, I'd take Clement to replace Sean Dyche.
Okay. Well, he's only been there about 4 months, hasn't he? But he's probably going to win the league.
Which is mad, isn't it?
Because the Celtic manager, Brendan. What are you pulling faces for? No, I never.
Sure up.
I didn't. No, I didn't. That's a lie.
Abigail says, I think Adebayo, Doherty, Morris and Barkley have been a difference in several matches for this season. But if we had Barkley and Adebayo, even with the points deduction, maybe higher up the league. Yeah, well, Adebayo was we were told in Washington that he should have been the one Everton were getting, maybe, when Luton were in the championship. And he's been good. He's powerful, he's a handful, and he's got goals. Daniel says, from a Spurs fan, what's going on with Dele? I'm from Milton Keynes, like Dele as well. Just want to see him back playing footy with a smile. He's injured, mate. He's been injured all season. Basically, got injured in the summer, got fit again, and then was started training with the first team again, and then his groin went again, and it needed surgery. They tried to let it settle down. It didn't settle down. He needed surgery. He had surgery in December, and he's recovering now. But I think it's been, it just hasn't worked out. There's talk that Everton want to keep him, but there's no way Everton are going to keep him unless Spurs renegotiate the deal that they did with Everton, which basically Everton have had zero value out. At 6:30, well, now on More Than a Game is the latest Inside the Game podcast. It's with Tony Grant, former Everton, Manchester City, Burnley midfield player. He's also
put a link to it at the end of the show.
Yeah, he's also been head of European scouting for Everton.
No, it's not live, is it?
And he's also been assistant manager. He's managed in Saudi Arabia, India, Australia with Robbie Fowler. And it's a really good interview. He's really good. It's a very interesting story. So check that out. Go and check that out when you get a chance to. Very, very good. Abigail would welcome Rosbach. Steve Peace says, I remember I got the bus back from town. It was fully packed, so sat on the back row. Back row next to two people, cramped between two people, and the fella next to me decided to open a cheese and onion butty. Never felt anger like that before. Hemmed in and a cheese and onion butty next to you. Stephen Strong said I'd take the Ipswich or the West Brom manager. Corberon's done a great job at West Brom. John said that happened to me travelling to Dubai. Fella sat down, took his shoes and socks off and crossed his legs. Pleasant journey.
Nice. Sounds beautiful.
See, it's good. Honestly, it's really good. Check it out.
Right.
That's interesting.
Let's have a game of managerial seconds.
Oh, managerial seconds.
Right.
Here we go.
So, the year is 2008, 2009.
Okay. Everton finished fifth, FA Cup final. Okay.
12 seconds.
12
seconds.
What the hell are football clubs doing?
Let's go. Right. This was at the end of the 2008 season. So going into the new
2008 season.
So which manager got sacked from Chelsea?
2008.
Yeah. Ned, you can come in if no, gotta give Baz a second.
Hang on, I'm trying to think. No. Yeah, Avram Grant.
Correct. Who took over from him in the July?
So July 2008.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ned. I don't want to look. I know that. Didn't Gus Hiddink finish the season though? Because he beat us in the FA Cup final.
Who knows?
Not the question, man.
I know. I'm trying to think. So Gus Hiddink was short term. So Chelsea manager 2008-9 season.
So these are the pre-season. There's going to be 3 pre-season ones.
Go on, Ned.
Is he Italian?
Go on, Ned.
Is he Italian?
Go on, Ned.
It's either Ancelotti.
No, you can only have one.
It's not Carlo Ancelotti.
No. Come on.
Oh, the bald Italian.
Go on.
Fella, baldy fella.
Who is he?
Di Cameo.
No. It was Luis Felipe Scolari.
Oh,
Big Phil.
The Italian one with the baldy hair. The baldy Italian.
Sorry.
Oh, he wasn't baldy.
Shut up. Right. Next.
Avram Grant was baldy.
Manchester City.
So got sacked.
Yeah, in the summer.
Got sacked Sven.
Yeah. And who took over from him?
So shut up. 2008, 2009 season.
Come in the pre-season.
Mark Hughes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Blackburn Rovers.
2008.
Yeah.
Sam Allardyce.
Mark Hughes.
Oh, yeah, because he went.
And who took over from him?
Sam Allardyce.
Paul Ince.
Paul Ince.
Got
him, man. It's them. Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah. West Ham United.
Is this still a summer?
This is, no. It is September 2008.
All right, it's 8-9. Pardew?
No.
But Pardew took over?
No.
Oh, so why'd you say?
No. Bit like Pardew.
Okay. Glen Road?
No.
Glen Road.
You've got an Alan. You've got someone else. Put them together. What have you got?
Alan, someone else?
Yeah.
Alan. Hang on.
Waited years for a big job.
Oh, Alan Kerbishley.
Correct. And who took over?
From Kerbishley?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, from 9 season. I'll say Glen Road. We have more. It's mine, is it? Is it Pardew? No,
No.
no, it's not. I'm trying to think when Pardew said he'd give us a footballing lesson, even though we battered them. Before or after that? Right, West Ham. So they finished the 2008-9 season. I can't even think our games against them.
I don't think of the like Matt Jarvis and people like that.
Not big. He was later. I'm trying to think who they had. So Pardew wasn't Harry.
First name.
Yeah, you'll have to give me.
Is similar to the name of someone we sacked.
We sacked everybody.
Last.
Franz Ferdinand.
Go on.
Not Frank Lampard Senior, natural. Frank.
No. It's like Frank. It's not quite Frank.
Oh, okay. Wank.
No.
It's like Frank, but it's not Frank.
It's like Frank, but if you were like...
Gianfranco Zola.
Correct. Newcastle United.
2008.
Yeah.
Big... No, was it Allardyce?
No.
When was he
You're
there?
obsessed with Allardyce?
No, because he was there. When did we sign Leighton Baines? Because he was gone to...
Come on,
Oh, so 2007.
Come on.
2008-9 season.
Yeah. I'd love it if you got this right.
Oh, it's Pardew.
No.
Kevin Keegan.
Keegan.
It's Keegan.
Took over from him was
2000.
Alan Pardew.
2009 Newcastle.
His relation was in Willy Wonka. He was.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I just don't get that reference.
The old one.
The old Willy Wonka.
The old Willy Wonka.
What? Kevin Feldman?
No. British man.
Chris Wilder.
Who was the British?
Chris Wilder.
His daughter was in the film.
Are you making me?
Don't.
What's the name of an actor?
Stop it.
Come on.
Who's this team now? Newcastle?
Yeah.
Era.
No.
2009 Newcastle United.
Come on.
Where were they?
Was a manager of a crazy lot of people beforehand.
Dave Bassett.
No.
Oh, the other fella. The Wimbledon. The fella who called...
He's dead.
He's not dead.
He is.
Is he dead?
Go on.
The one who called Charles Insomnia.
I don't know. Who is he?
The little Wimbledon fella.
Dennis Wise.
No.
Dennis Wise.
Dennis Wise isn't dead.
No. You said the person was dead. I didn't. It's
Hullet.
I can...
Hullet.
Ruud Hullet.
Ruud Hullet's dead.
Ruud Hullet was at Wimbledon.
Go on.
I can see him.
His brother Roy was in Willy Wonka.
Yeah, Joe Kinnear.
Yeah.
Oh, you think Joe Kinnear's not dead?
Joe Kinnear is dead.
Joe Kinnear isn't dead.
Yes.
Joe Kinnear's not dead. Roy Kinnear's dead.
What?
Is he not dead? I thought he was
don't
dead.
kill Joe Kinnear.
I'd have got that if you didn't say that.
He's 77. He's still very much alive. He nearly died.
Oh, okay.
When he was at Newcastle, he had a heart problem, didn't he? No, he's still
Fair
alive.
play. He's living.
See, you told me that he was dead.
Tottenham Hotspur.
No. Spurs,
Yeah.
2009.
8.
And this was 2008. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Harry Redknapp took over. Because he left Portsmouth, didn't he?
His
Hang on.
relation was a very famous Real Madrid player who played for PSG.
This is hard. Spurs, 2008.
Terry Beckham.
David Beckham. Hush Spice.
My mind's gone blank here. This is...
Oh.
My mind has gone blank.
But my body. Come on.
So this is 2008, so like before Christmas then, because it wasn't pre-season.
October. They were bottom of the
They
table.
were bottom of the table.
Come on.
To the say Christian
Where's he
Gross.
from?
I've just said his relative played for Real Madrid.
And PSG. So he's
Yeah.
Spanish.
Could have been
Who played for Real Madrid and PSG recently. And is now playing for Seville.
like he said.
Now playing for Seville?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Who is he?
Come on, Ned, help me out. My mind's
Spanish guy.
Go on, who?
my mind's gone blank.
Isn't it Sarabia or something? No, Ramos. Sergio Ramos.
Ramos. Ramos.
So who's this?
That was.
You've got Ramos.
I know. No, shut
Ramos.
up. One day Ramos.
Yes.
One day Ramos.
And who took over from him?
Terrible.
Harry Redknapp.
That's got there.
Yeah, it was Harry.
One.
It was Harry.
Okay.
2009.
Portsmouth.
He hasn't now. Harry Redknapp left.
He left. And who took over from him?
No one cares. Portsmouth 09.
Think. Dancing.
Sylvan Distan was
Tony Adams.
Tony Adams. We're on a roll now. Sunderland.
8 or 9.
8.
When did he get sacked?
December.
Chris Coleman.
We might have had something to do with this.
Oh, Roy Keane.
Got there before you.
We beat him 7-1.
You've been beaten by Ned. And he was replaced by...
Roy Kent.
First name is what someone famously shouted in EastEnders.
You're not my dad.
No, a name.
Den.
Ricky.
Ricky Lambert. Yeah, that well-known football manager.
Ricky.
Star.
You're not going to get this. Ricky Shabrajia.
No. Oh, him. Yeah.
He was the coach.
He was the coach.
Blackburn Rovers.
Sam Allardyce.
No, we've already named him.
Mark Hughes left.
No, who took his place?
Yeah.
Sam Allardyce.
No,
I've done Blackburn.
Harry Redknapp.
No, who took over from Mark Hughes?
At Blackburn?
Yeah.
Yakubu was
When did he go, Mark Hughes?
Yeah, we've discussed it.
No, I know. What month was it? The summer?
In the summer.
He went to City.
Ooh.
So but we know who took his place. Who took his place?
Oh, who took Paul Ince's place?
So Paul Ince got sacked. Thank you. So who took Paul Ince's place?
So when was
This is
it?
your big moment.
When was it?
It was December.
It wasn't Alan Pardew, so
It
shut
was
up.
December. This is your big moment. You said his name 12 times.
Sam Allardyce?
Yes.
I just said Allardyce. He went, no.
Portsmouth.
I'm gone. We've done Portsmouth.
No, we're doing it again.
Harry Redknapp.
Oh, did they have 46?
He's gone.
Have they had 46 sacks?
So who took over?
Tony Adams. Tony Adams was sacked.
And who took over
So
from him?
when's this?
Ooh.
January. No,
2009.
February 2009.
Did he, Jeff?
It's the second name is, if you put them together, you get murder.
Oh, Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch.
Yes. Rupert Murdoch, that's
So,
right.
you put those two names together. What was the name that you put together? You got murder.
Murder.
And together they were murder.
Oh.
TV show? What was the name of the TV show?
It was a joint-
Diagnosis Murder.
So they were joint managers.
No, in the intro it was like blah blah blah
I
blah.
can't remember.
John Owen Burnett.
Me head's burning out here. I've got neck on.
Sven Eriksson.
Remember Tony with Morph? You know, it's Tony's lad.
Tony Adams.
Tony with Morph. Tony used to draw the picture.
Oh, yeah.
What's the second name?
Hart, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got Heart. That's because that was Heart to Heart.
Oh, Heart to Heart. Jesus.
So the first name is
Someone Hart.
one of the
Paul Hart.
Yes, I was going to say one of Jesus' lads.
Ex-Lead.
Chelsea. Back to Chelsea.
2009 now.
Yeah. So
it's Gus Hiddink replacing Big Phil Scolari.
yes, that. And the last one, Newcastle United.
Pardew.
No.
Oh,
When is he sacked? Joe Kinnear's gone.
This is Joe Kinnear getting sacked.
Yeah, Joe
for a
Kinnear
medical
goes.
break clause.
Yeah, because he had the heart.
And who took over from
Alan
him?
Pardew.
Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer.
Oh,
There we
I said that
go.
before.
What a great quiz that is. What a great quiz. Absolutely amazing.
Got Ned there like that. Chris Coleman. Rupert Murdoch.
King Hoddleston, Bernard Manning. The ultimate warrior.
What have you got? What have you
Beat.
got?
That's the best game I've ever
Well, isn't
played.
that a great game?
I want to play again.
We'll play again next week.
Not with 12 this time. No, there was far too much
was
going
great,
on
that.
there. No,
What
it was
a
good.
great- what
It
a
was
great-
good.
right.
Right, last few Premier
Go on.
League.
Bret Hart.
Premier
Joking here,
members
horse.
Premier League. Jonathan Ricketts says, come on Bournemouth, Solanke and Clive at brace. Michael Rafferty says it's effing draining having one team or the other team to win or lose is stressful enough. James says, is Barkley would have double the goals of the core, you know. He also says, yes, what a game, because we started coming back.
Great game.
Michael Rafferty says bald hair, which is exactly what Ned had said before. Bald hair. What a line, Ned. You've had Rupert Murdoch and bald hair. It's absolutely tremendous.
He's a wrestler, yeah. Rupert Murdoch's a wrestler.
Rupert Murdoch, the wrestler,
yeah. Famous wrestler.
Yeah. He won Hell in a Cell. Yeah. You were thinking of Gianluca Vialli, God rest his soul, before, for the bald Chelsea player manager, weren't you? Italian.
The little one with the baldy hair and the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Who won the FA Cup against us?
What's that got to do with wrestling?
Gus Hiddink, who's very much Dutch with a big grey thing and a big muzzy. Not baldy Italian or little.
Who was the little baldy Italian one?
Mario.
No, Matteo.
Mario. Roberto Di Matteo, who had like hair.
Yeah.
And then didn't beat us in the FA Cup, but did win the Champions League with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was later.
Incredible. What a great show.
What a game.
What a game that is. There'll be more of that next week, so stay tuned.
Absolutely tremendous.
Clubs in one season.
He does Sean Dyche or Harry Redknapp. Ned, absolutely tremendous. Ned. Sean Collins says the long-haired ball bloke. Yeah. Absolutely. Ned, put the link for the Inside the Game. Is it there? Right, go and check out Tony Grant's Inside the Game podcast. It's really good. Go and have a listen to that. It's absolutely brilliant. Agent Ancelotti, the last one, says Commodore 64 or Spectrum ZX. Commodore 64 all day long. All day long. There you go. Thanks you everyone who's joined us, phoned in, done all of that stuff. Take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.